Alright. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. We got SHIN in the top right going for a 14 Overlord. He loves that 14 Overlord. Rogue in the bottom left going for a normal extractor trick. Ah, yes, it's Overpool. Okay. 14 Overlord into spawning pool, SHIN's famous opening. He can do a very heavy pressure off this, or he can just drone up and get a super early queen out. It's actually not a bad macro build, the Overpool. It's obviously not as good as a hatchery first, like what Rogue's doing, but it really is quite solid. And we will see what goes on. Are we going to take a gas, I wonder? He's starting to save. Yeah, he's just going to go hatchery first. Hatchery before anything else. And there's going to be an 18 gas, 17 pool here for Rogue. 1 minute and 7 seconds for the gas. Should be about a minute 10, minute 11 for the spawning pool. There we go, minute 11, minute 12. He does the old school spawning pool where you can wedge the queen here. But she's open on the south. That spawning pool needs to be one space higher if you want her to be in a safer choke point. Because the bottom of the hatchery has a curved edge. Which means, you know, the Zerglings will be able to get access to her very easily. It also doesn't wall off access to your mineral line, which is why I usually go here with the spawning pool. So then I can plug the gap with a queen. But yeah, neither side doing that in this case. It's totally fine. SHIN is going to go for 6 Zerglings, dodge the Overlord here on White Rabbit, sneak around the map, try and do some damage. And he's droning behind it. Now, I wonder, does SHIN do something like a macro hatch muta build? He could do a macro hatch build even off this start. Gas only now goes down very late in minute 55. It does feel like a roach build to me, but let's see what he brings out. Rogue has no idea, guys. Let's go to Rogue's camera. Those lings are about to come in. Looking at his overlords, and 3, 2, 1. The lings enter his vision. He instantly notices. And he's like, whoa, what's going on? Okay, oh, he pulls his Overlord back straight away. Good reaction from Rogue so far, guys. He's going to lose at least one drone. The other drone does escape. Well played. Good reaction. You always lose one drone. Or almost always. Oh, I love the split. Look at that, SHIN. SHIN gets a second drone. Oh, sick micro. SHIN splits a single assassin ling. And he's hunting that Overlord hard. Splits the lings again. Doesn't quite get another one. 3 Zerglings will escape. 2 drone kills. Bit of distraction. But ling speed's on the way. That'll give Rogue map control. And the work account's still very close to both sides. Now, the queen is really scary. This is Rogue's only vision on the other side of the map. Rogue messed up. Or was this conscious? He's only got 1 Overlord on the other side. He has to keep map control with Zerglings now. You're meant to have 2 Overlords outside their base. So if one gets sniped, the other one can kind of fill the hole and give a bit of vision. SHIN misrallying a drone across the map. That is a misclick if I've ever seen one. And he is getting an Evo chamber in the wall off. 3 queens up front. 4th queen is on the way. Lings do come in for a counterattack. They just got no drones. Good micro. Good micro. Yeah, Rogue too good. He's not going to be losing any more drones here. Oof. Very patient. I would have pulled the drone away. I would have panicked a bit or pulled the drones to fight. But Rogue judged it perfectly. Knew he didn't need to. Going Evo, Roach Warren. Second gas going up. We should be seeing that lair right now. Oh, he's going Carapace. Never mind. Carapace comes in, lings flood in the front. Wasn't expecting lings to be ready this early. That queen snipe doesn't really matter too much. Would have been good if he transfused though. SHIN had the energy. Guess he was just barely out of range. Maybe didn't cast it in time. The ling's gonna split up here. This gives Rogue so much vision of what's happening. Rogue has his own Evo chamber, but he's got a 3rd hatchery and a lair. He will have to build roaches and potentially build defensive roaches. If he tries to go Mutalisks, Carapace will usually kill that. Ling speed coming in as well. Wait, is he not going to build roaches with this, guys? Is it just going to be a Carapace Ling flood? I thought for sure this would be roaches. He's going double upgrade Zerglings! Oh man, SHIN's doing the 2-base meme build. I don't know, is this good? I mean, it's a big map. I do like it on big map. I do love the double upgraded Zerglings. They're actually very powerful. Though I normally prioritize melee over Carapace with them. So I think them doing damage is really big. Gonna start making lings now. +1 range is on the way. That's gonna do nothing against Carapace. And actually, Rogue's building Zerglings of his own. Which I don't think is good here. Against the upgraded Zerglings of SHIN. This is really good for SHIN. You want to get a ball of roaches and maybe potentially Banes. I think SHIN might have him. Overseer's going to come in. Maybe give a few seconds of warning, which is so necessary. Third hatchery on the right could get cancelled here if Rogue goes for it straight away. Lings are going to flood out right now. Rogue sees it immediately. Beautiful scouting for Rogue. And he's building even more Zerglings. Does he just have enough numbers to hold, maybe? 2 Lings go off to that side with the Carapace. They'll easily defend. With defensive Queens and the massive Zergling Roach that Rogue's building, he might be able to defend this. It's going to be tight, though. Melee's not done just yet, and Shin does lose 2 Zerglings to start. But, I mean, the fact is, you guys are doubling down on a mass Ling battle. And you've got the 1-1 upgrades about to kick in. Spire goes down here as well. He's on 4 gas, going mutas with upgraded Zerglings. It's an amazing tech advantage. But he's got to be able to defend his third, and it feels like Rogue might actually have a window to push. Surely not. 1-1 upgrades will wreck him. I would like to see Shin split some Lings. If he can get 10 Lings into the main while harassing on the third, I think Rogue's kind of screwed. But he can't fight. Just look at the number of Zerglings. The number of units is so favored for Rogue right now. Obviously, more Lings coming across equalizes the Ling count. 6 Roaches and the defensive Queens. Gotta be very careful about how you engage. Port time for Spire. Down 7 workers is Shin. He's looking for the engage. He gets a good angle on the Zerglings. 1-1 upgrade advantage is massive in Ling versus Ling. Huge angle there. Beautiful fight for Shin on the Lings. Can he barrel through to overwhelm the Roaches as well, though? I think the answer is no. Does get the Queen. And he's going to have to pull out. Got 11 mutas on the way, though, against Roaches. This looks like it should still be game-winning tech, even though he's down in supply. He's going to go... Oh, we can take out more Queens. Queen Snipes is so big, it's going to allow the mutas to do massive damage. But the Roach counter, if it could kill his third before his mutas are out, maybe? I don't know. I think the mutas can defend this. I think as long as you keep your third alive, and then just don't take damage to burrowed Roaches, you're fine. And then you mutas with nothing that shoots up should be good. Can he save the third? That's the question. The Lings are going to try and block here. Oh, those Lings, so helpful, but more Roaches are barreling in. They're going to try and split off to the left side. He could wall the base off. The Lings with the mutas are so good here, man. He's got to make overseers. He's got to make overseers. The Roaches on the left, do they double back in? No. So these are a sacrifice. He sacrifices these Roaches. He's going to hide his other Roaches on the map. This Overlord could see it, though. He sees it. Mutas need to go deal with it. Shin wants to go attack right now, and I mean, Lings would be amazing to attack right now. It's 52 drone Roach Hydra commitment right now for Rogue against 46 drone Muta Ling commitment. Massive upgrade advantage for Shin, but the Lings on their own will not do that well versus the Roaches. The Mutas have to take the Spore out to open this up. Bad Ling fight. Not a good Ling fight, but the Mutas will make it somewhat worth it. What's he got at home, though? He's got very little at home. He's going to force the Roaches to come forward. And he's going to Evo wall, but it's only going to buy half a second. Got a few Lings popping out. They can buy little bits of time, but not much. And this is really good movement for Rogue. The way Rogue hit those Roaches in the top left, and Shin wasn't willing to go hunt them down, I actually think he should have split his mutas. I think he should have sent like 7 mutas just to hunt with an Overseer for these Roaches. And then the other ones could have gone across the map. But as it is, look at that. He's going to lose his third. He's not only losing drones, he's going to lose his third. The Burrow buying tons of time here. The mutas try to split. The third snipe is huge. Rogue with brilliant Roach play leaves a few Roaches behind. If they get caught, it's not the end of the world. These guys could unburrow, kill a few more drones as well. Oh, brilliant movement here. Shin really wanted to push with the Mutaling, but I think he needed to play defensively. And if he did play defensively, I think he was in a pretty good spot, man. Lings trying to deal with the Roaches as best they can. These 2 Roaches will go down. Shin's still got the Muta count out, but now as the Hydra's join, this third base is massive because the main's half mined out. He's moved the workers to his third, needs to transfer to the gas. 18 Mutas, +1 flyers. It's a lot of Hydras, though. He's going to find 1 in the main. Doesn't quite get anything else. He's going to fight! He's going to fight! No, he's not! Through two Mutas went down. Only got 2 Hydras. It's a much better trade for Rogue than it is for Shin. Shin's got to be decisive, but he also can't throw units away. As this Roach Hydra comes forward, it's a real problem. Now, there's no Carapace upgrade for Rogue, which is really bad. Carapace is the best upgrade in the game against Mutaling. Any low damage units, Carapace is amazing, but especially with Muta bounces, every bounce gets its damage reduced by an extra 1 for every upgrade you have. 2 Zerglings got in the main, they burrow on the Queen. Cleaning these Roaches up. Rogue is going, now he's going +2/+1. Very late on the upgrades is Rogue, which gives Shin time to recover. I think Shin could hold the drone key down and take a 4th. He also needs Overlord speed to deal with these Roaches properly. But he's broke, so need is a strong word. He's going to split Ling Muta around the map a little bit now, which is a good call. Getting Lings into the mineral lines with +1 melee, you will kill workers so quickly. You can see there's no overseers, guys. These 3 roaches could just ruin his day. And look, he's got pervert zerglings everywhere. Dude, Rogue's doing a really good job. Look at the way he's just scouting around, looking for the enemy units. Shin still, he's kind of looking for things, but he's only got, what, 3 overseers. 2 are on the left, 1 at the natural. These roaches are hidden. A few more workers coming in on both sides. 5 infestors. Infestors are really bad against the hive transition from Shin. But Shin is not hive transitioning, so they are perfect. Infestors hard counter Mutiling Bane by fungling them and allowing the Hydras to shoot them down from afar. And right now, he's all in on Mutiling Bane. He's going to try and roll Banes into this base. If he gets them in the mineral line, gets on the Hydras, it could be big. So Mutiling Bane timing. Will the Fungals... It's all about the Fungals. It's all about the Fungals on this hold, guys. It's an all-in. Rogue still sees no 4th. He has roaches here. He knows how all-in Shin is. Mutas are on his side of the map. Those roaches could unburrow, but the Lings are nearby. The Banelings on the right roll in. They get a few Hydras. They don't kill the workers. Yeah, that was a really good fight. That was a very good fight, in fact. Look at the units lost tab. It's in Shin's favor for now. But every Baneling fight, especially every big fungal, that could drop. And he's not got a big economy advantage. He can't trade inefficiently here. Mutas have to come all the way home to deal with these roaches. Pulls the pressure away. The lack of a 4th, dude, the fact that Rogue has this Overseer checking for this is so massive. It tells him that his opponent's all in. Queens do go a little far out, but Queens with Infestors is... You do not want to ever fight this with Mutiling Bane. No, Shin. Don't go in there. Watch out for the fungal. Rogue landing massive fungals. Big fungals on the Mutas and the Banelings. Quickly turns around. Luckily, he doesn't keep committing. The Lings do get in the natural and the main, forcing the drones off the line. Doesn't get too many kills, though. Great response by Rogue. Muta's going to go to the left. They will... Oh, you got to be careful. We're getting fungled. Oh, he's going to lose like 3-4 Mutas. That is very dangerous. It's a total of 8 Mutalisks have died this game. 3 drones do go down there, but if Shin had a 4th and a 5th, I think the fact that Rogue is kind of all-in committed to lair tech, you basically win the game if you macroed up. But Rogue wisely said, I'm playing Shin. He's not a late game player. He's not going to macro up. He's going to all in. He built 7 Infestors for safety. Mass Hydra. Exactly the correct call. Unfortunately, he forgot Grooved Spines. So his Hydras have 1 less range than they should, which is actually quite impactful. But as long as he lands good fungals, it doesn't really matter too much. You can defend this side with Queens. Don't let any Banelings roll into your worker line. And then go for Hive, Lurker, Viper, which is the ultimate comp. Normally, the Muta player can get a big economy advantage and then play Ultra Viper, which beats Lurkers in low numbers. In big numbers, nothing really beats Lurker, Viper, Spore. But in low numbers, Ultra Viper is amazing. Baneling Muta tries to come in. He could take this fight as long as there's no Infestors there. He just doesn't know about where the Infestors are. So he takes way too long to commit, and then he commits once the Infestors have time to rally. Ooh, that's a mistake. Shin's now up to 12 Mutas down. He's still not built in a big economy. I thought he'd be going up to like 85 workers in this game, knowing that he's pushed Rogue into a defensive corner. But Rogue unburrowing roaches on the left and the right, keeping him busy. It just feels like he's never giving him time. Shin's never getting the time. Rogue's just not letting him get the time to do what he wants, and that's really powerful. And you can see burrowed roaches, very annoying for Zerglings to deal with as they keep moving. 1 more roach unburrows in the main. Might get a few drones there. I think he gets 3 drone kills. Look at this. Using his melee animation. Just tears up 1, tears up 2. Doesn't quite get the 3rd. This Overseer still over there on that left side. Vipers and Lurker range on the way here for Rogue. Rogue up 30 supply, mostly army supply right now. The Overseers do see these roaches. That's good. You can see you've kind of got to micro forwards to get the most damage out. But the army's defunct. Mutiling Bane, really bad against Hydra Fungal. Now Lurkers are here, which will wreck the Banelings. He's going to go Microbial. Oh, I forgot you could go Microbial as well. I normally just focus on Blinding Cloud on the Lurkers. Blinding Cloud abducts. And just Ultra surrounds. But you do need Ultras. Way more important than Microbial. Microbial is going to be useless on Zergling Baneling. Unless you think you're just dealing with pure Hydra. But you're not. You're dealing with Fungal and Lurkers. Rogue's done such a good job with his roaches this game. Just keeping the Mutas off his back. Now got adaptive talents. He never realized that Hydra upgrade was missing. But as he turns most of his Hydras into lurkers, it's not the end of the world. Actually, he's still got 32 Hydras. It's still a pretty big upgrade to be missing. Never mind. So 4 Infestors and an Ultra Cavern coming in for Shin. This is really interesting. I wonder if Ultras with Microbial just straight up beat lurkers en masse. I still think you can't be attacking from one side. You probably need like a big open area or a flank. But you might actually smash them even if there's like 20 lurkers in a bunch. Okay, these mutas need to spread. As long as you spread quickly, they need to use a lot of fungals to try and keep it going. But the mutas have just not been effective this game. Units lost tab. Remember it was way ahead for Shin earlier? It's now behind by 1,700 resources. Seven Ultras on the way. Chitin is plating +3 melee. Very gas-heavy transition for Shin. So I often talk about Ultras being a fantastic transition in this matchup. This is so late. I don't think they're very good here. Unless Rogue stays very low on lurkers. Or Microbial is just way better than I thought. So normally you're meant to hit them, you know, before they're fully set up. This is going to be like spores everywhere. So even if your Ultras get on top, you're going to lose all your Overseers to the spores. Can't see the lurkers, you can't kill them. I don't know if there's going to be any way to break this. Yeah, usually Ling Drops is one of your best moves as well. Ling Drop around the left into the main base is a really good way to pull them out of position. But just look at this defensive setup. Rogue's building a fortress, and it's Shin who's on like a tempo timing attack comp. And every second that goes by, it's the guy building the perfect defensive army is going to be in a better spot. He did realize Groove Spines when he went to make Frenzy. And a Muscular Swell. Oh, he catches him! Parabomb. Very nice, very nice. Bunch of mutas go down. Ultras are going to run in the left side. But like I said, you got to be careful with those Overseers, man. The Overseers just get gunned down at some point. He loses a bunch of them. A few more Overseers try to come in. Fungal catches them. The Ultras chasing into the Hydra Queen. Baneling's on the top side, getting fungaled as well. The Infestor usage has been fantastic. Microbial does some stuff. The Ultras do kill these bases on the left, but so many more Hydras and Lurkers. I think Shin has to pull back now. Well, oh, does he though? The Changelings are blocking him though. Rogue's Changelings are actually derping the Ultras a little bit. Ultras trying to get on top. It does cleave through a bunch of the Hydras. It's not quite enough to keep going though. And remember, he does not have as big a bank. So trades like that are normally fine because you've normally got a bigger economy, a bigger bank. Shin's never had that all game long. So the fact that he's behind now 5,000 in the trading, because you got to realize he's going to lose 10 Overseers every time he does a fight like that. There's all this like hidden value from the defensive setup in terms of just Overseers having to sacrifice themselves to find anything. The mutas come in, but Vipers are nearby. Parabombs go down. Second one goes down, and of course, nice split on those mutas, but hard for Shin to find much damage here, man. If there weren't lurkers so well spread, Ling run-bys are really good in the late game as well. If you can like run through the middle somewhere, get straight through up into the main base, the natural, snipe some tech structures, some drones. But yeah, he's just been kind of handicapped ever since that third got sniped, and Shin's never really found himself out into a position where he's got the rich man economy. And with how well spread Rogue is, Blinding Cloud's not going to do too much either. Hey Pig, can you please post this series on YouTube? I post pretty much everything we cast during our Saturday morning stream, the best games of StarCraft. Friday evening if you're in North America or Europe. These all end up on Pigcasts if you guys don't already follow it. Hi everyone on Pigcasts. Just a quick shout out in the middle of a lull in this series. Don't forget to check out our Patreon. There's a link down below in the description. If you guys want to go above and beyond to support the channel, there are some really cool perks you can get there. And it's just a way to say thank you if you found yourself watching many dozens or hundreds of hours of the content. So check it out, links in the description. Thanks to everyone who's already on there. Big shout outs to all of you for supporting. Oh, these spores killing the Overseers is deadly. You can break the front few lurkers, but the line just goes so far back. Very hard to get through, man. You can go for your own Lurker Viper. One of the great things about Ultras as well is you can take more of the map with it because he can't really... It's hard for Rogue to push. And you could transition into your own Lurkers. Now, some people say, oh, why don't you make Broodlords? So Broodlords, guys, can get abducted. So they just abduct Broodlords into spores and they die. Broodlords are very bad in this matchup, unless your opponent doesn't know how to use Vipers. So up to a certain skill level, you could probably break a stalemate like this with a wave of Broodlords surprising your opponent, but these Vipers would make quick work of them. Just abduct 4 Broodlords, consume more energy, abduct another 4, and the Broodlords don't do damage quickly enough to make that cost effective. I love that that SHIN tried this style though. Very cool style, man. Oh, beautiful Roach Harass here, Lurker Harass here, Lurker Harass over there as well. Could take out both of those spines. That's actually pretty good value, man. Ultras will finally clean this up. So at this stage, you got to leave an Overseer at each base. Like, you got to have like an Overseer with an Ultra split off from your main army and stuff. Look at all this damage. And there's random Lurkers here as well. The Lurker count is up to 27. At this point, I don't think 9 Ultras can beat that. Unless you have perfect Blinding Cloud Microbial. Even with Blinding Cloud, I think Lurkers can still attack, can't they, in Blinding Cloud, guys? As long as there's something directly on top of them, right? They can still attack in melee range, which means they'll still hit things further away. It's just that the ones in the back that don't have Ultras on top of them won't be firing until they have Ultras on top of them. That's probably why SHIN favors the Microbial. We'll clean up this Lurker. Big, do you remember when Broodlords were frenzied? Yes. They tried to make them frenzied, immune to abduct, so that they could try to help break Swarm Host stalemates with Broodlords in Heart of the Swarm. Ultraling Bane Infestor roaming the map right now. Oh! Oh! Vipers in the open! Vipers in the open! Worth sacking the mutas probably for these. Maybe, maybe. Oh, you know what? 1 Power Bomb doesn't kill mutas, guys. We'll put them on 1 hit point. Well, not even 1 because they regenerate so fast. Whoa! He goes for it! Oh no, I'm so sorry! I lost focus and I missed the vision of the final engage. Look at how many more lurkers there are. Oh no! I mean, SHIN goes for it. He's now down 11,000 resources. Cute idea, but there's just these lurker lines go deep. Sorry, I'll rewind that for you guys. My bad, guys. Got distracted by that little catch there. Let's rewind that again. And let's see. So he comes down here. And I think, does he split his units? So he's just gonna, yeah, he's gonna go for it. Okay, so here we go. So he shoves forward. Nice microbials on the front line. Some of the lurkers try to pull back here. Other lurkers trying to reinforce. The Hydras get jumped on. Even Fungal, some of the lurkers that are trying to run away. Probably should throw a microbial here rather than Fungal. I think that should have absolutely been a microbial here. But would it really have mattered? I don't think so. At this point, when the lurker player has this much static defense, spores, spines everywhere. I mean, look how many Overseers died this game. He's up to 22 Overseers dead. The units lost time just gets so bad in all these fights. Ultras are a really good transition, guys. I talk about it all the time because you can get to them before your opponent is fully set up. If you are ahead on economy off the speed advantage of the mutas. SHIN never got to that position in this game. As a result, Rogue got to the just unbreakable late game setup and SHIN could not get through. All right, guys. Sick game 1. Rogue in the bottom right at game 2. I really love that game because that reminded me of old school ZvZ. Back before the meta of Carapace, Roach Bane all-ins every game. And I love SHIN doing it. I don't think he can be so creative on 10,000 feet. This is a smaller map, not as big as White Rabbit, but I love how he took that game in a different direction. And I love how Rogue adapted. His Roach split-ups were amazing. Really well played. Great job. Didn't let SHIN fly those mutas across the map. Really well done. We were just talking about very fancy maneuvers you can do to delete your opponent's units in between games. So as we watch here, hatch gas pool. Pretty standard, yeah, identical openings, nothing crazy. We were talking about like the Brood War Eraser. With the Eraser, so I believe that's, is it where you cast Irradiate, is it on your own science vessel? I think it is, right? And then you just fly the science vessel through worker lines, killing the workers. Because I don't think you can cast the spell on workers, right? It's not targetable on workers. So basically, you turn your science vessel into just a bloody crazy... It's like putting like Lightning Shield on a unit in Warcraft 3 or using Immolate with a Demon Hunter. And you just kind of fly it over their units, fly it through their army, fly it over their worker lines, and it does stuff. And we were talking about how basically people were asking about, Vipers and Parabomb after that last game, and how I was saying, they were saying, can Parabomb hit Locusts? And I was saying, yes, it can, but if the Locusts swoop down to land, it'll just get left in the ground stationary, only doing damage to air units. And likewise, you can't cast Parasitic Bomb on yourself in ZVP, but if you're playing against Skytoss, you will put it on the enemy carrier, fly your Corruptors over the carrier, so the Interceptors will kill themselves as they fly back and forwards over your Corruptors trying to attack them, but also taking the damage from that Parasitic Bomb, which you can't target Parasitic Bomb onto the Interceptors, but they will take damage from it. So lots of really interesting interactions with that sort of stuff. Gotta be... Oh, Rogue, he's doing it! Doing the Macro Hatch build, man. The Ender Cat special. Apparently Larimbo said he's a big fan of this. I think he said he got it from Lambo originally, but there is some really cool Macro Hatch builds you can do. So it's going to be a Roach Warren wall off, no Ling Speed just yet. Ooh, and he does start Ling Speed. Okay, just delayed. Yeah, this is the... I'm totally not going Ling Speed. Look, I'm building a Roach Warren. But whenever you see a Macro Hatchery, you always have to be wary of the Ling Flood. It's always very dangerous. And going to be a more standard third hatch into Ling Flood for Shin. Oh, Shin's just going to YOLO. Shin's just going to YOLO. Shin, often people are so greedy. Rogue did not build a third queen or anything like that. The thing is, it's pretty easy for him to wall off, isn't it? There's gambles, and then there's like crazy man gambles. If he'd mined out the left minerals and could sneak across the map, I'd love this move. As it is, though, Rogue's got plenty of time to react. He sees it. He's got to pull the queens right now. Pull the queen's Evo wall. Pull the queen's Evo wall. He gets it. I think that's solid on the corner. Yeah, this is huge. And he's already building 7 roaches and a Baneley nest because he was planning to do an all-in. He was planning to do a Roach Bane all-in off this anyway. Someone got me with this on ladder the other day. Normally people drone up a lot more and go mutas or upgraded Zerglings or something like that off this build. But this one's so surprising because it hits so early and it hard counters this Ling pressure for Shin. Even if Shin kills the hatchery, this is perfectly fine. Rogue is like, cool, you wasted a bunch of Zerglings. I'm already planning to all in right now. My build is optimized to hit right now. Oh, that Ling pressure was a disastrous idea against Rogue's particular build order. There's only one gas mining. Shin can afford a lot of roaches with it, but he is up 8 workers, no spine crawler, and this is just crazy fast. And this is a build order win for Rogue. I don't think you can do anything here. The Lings maybe would be better running around the other side of that, trying to distract Rogue, but if Rogue just goes into the natural, he's got this in the bag. Yeah, Lings try to take a fight. They can't really get anything. He's just waiting for his Banes before he shoves. And it's go time! He's going to dive on in, goes for the Queen Surround. Baneling's going to go after the enemy Zerglings. They go for the drones or the Zerglings. Gets a good hit on the Zerglings. The Bane's dancing backwards. They are getting targeted down, but all the Lings are gone, and this is all over, man. There's just no way. Shin's got a few Lings and Roaches popping out. He's got a pack of Roaches on top of him. These Roaches, how do you ever surround them and deal with them? You've already lost every drone in your natural. The Ling flood is massive. And Rogue finishes off that series in style. Very nice game 1. And a good build order trick for game 2 there for Rogue. Catches him out. Shin took a bit of a gamble on that Ling flood, and it bites him in the butt. Rogue with a 2-0.